Hey Sully, how you doing? You good? I had my live muted because I was listening to the latest news, even though it's really nothing to do about me, but or my country. But I like to listen to all the news about the American government and media, what's going on, what they're doing, because whatever they do affects us. So they were talking about the price of eggs. Yeah, sure you can. I've never in my life would have predicted that we would talk about the price of eggs ever in the world. Like there's like a billion fucking chickens in the world. Why is the price of eggs like so high? Like, really? Like keep that shit the way it is and just get over it. Like these chickens are like, all you gotta do is feed them bullshit and then they just lay eggs and we eat them. What the hell? But the price of eggs have gone down here in Bermuda as well. Some have, some haven't. It all depends. But it's just like crazy how people are talking about the price of eggs. Like everybody eats eggs. But hey, what do I know, right? I just think like it's kind of dumb that people are like constantly going on and on about like these little dumb things that we're talking about. Like we're talking about eggs, like really? Eggs. You need to talk about pension, where you're going to get the money, how you're going to save money to give us money, and why do we have to pay all these ridiculous things for what? One of the most annoying bills I think in the world is land tax. How the fuck you buy the land and you build a house and you have a house on the land, but you have to pay tax on your land? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. One of the dumbest things, because there's a lot more dumber things now. All right, I got your donation for 3 questions. You can go ahead and ask your questions. I'm all yours. But yeah, it's just like dumb things that they talk about. And I just laugh when I see these meetings about eggs. One person wrote in the chat, I'm gonna go get a chicken coop and get a couple eggs so that way I don't have to deal with this at all. That was shit was hilarious. I think about that all the time. But I don't eat eggs like that. I mean I eat eggs, but not like every single day. Oh, the reason you haven't heard from him is because he's embarrassed to talk to you and he's suspicious that, you are ready to like tell him off and tell him, hey, what the hell is your problem, why you don't speak to me, why you don't associate with me. He's also like out there trying to make money and trying to work and stuff, so I think that he's occupying himself with what he's doing in life, but the real reason is because he doesn't want to argue with you and he feels embarrassed to even talk to you because he hasn't. And I feel like this guy can have like a bad temper, and if you say the wrongest thing then you'll get into even a worse argument, or then it will start. But he's very like, he doesn't like want to talk to you, is what I'm getting. Like he doesn't like feel like this it's his responsibility to talk to you. That's why you haven't heard from him. I don't see too many good things in his life. The only thing I see good with him is like he's like working and he's making money. So like that's the only good thing. That's one of the reasons why he's not talking to you, because he's too busy making money and working, and that's the only thing on his mind. I don't see like another woman here or another thing, but that's why you haven't heard from him. Yeah, I remember you telling me all of that. Yeah. Yeah, that's the reason why. He might be suspicious of you. He might be like I know sometimes like me I don't know if this happened, but maybe like you didn't want to tell him something personal about yourself or and you like didn't tell him the truth or you didn't tell him like what was going on and maybe that's the reason why or maybe like he's like he doesn't know how to like tell you things or he has something going on where he doesn't want to say something so he avoids you. And I know that's still dumb, but that's what I'm kind of like getting. Yeah, see, so there you go. Yeah. And maybe he doesn't believe you. That's why I got like him being suspicious of you. Like if you told him the truth, you know what I'm saying? If you told him the truth, it might have scared him. He'd be like, fuck, she told me everything. Like she told me that shit. And I was like, oh fuck. You know? The truth hurts people. It'll turn people off. And that's so delusional to think that that would turn somebody away. But sometimes the truth hurts. People would rather have drama. Yeah, I would say like he's not interested anymore. Like he just feels like he's not gonna like go out of his way to talk to you or go out of his way to like he doesn't want to confess that to you. He doesn't want to say, hey, you know what, I'm not interested and I don't really care. Like he doesn't want to declare that information. And I still get like he's too worried about himself, too busy for his own self. Like if he has like a really good job where he's like in charge of something or he owns his own business or he's a manager or something like that, or even like even if that's not the case, he's just like has too many high demands for himself or for what he's doing, and he doesn't want to like ask you to do anything anymore because he can't even deal with himself. He's uncertain when it comes to you. Like he doesn't have no confidence. He might not appear to have confidence, but like I don't see that he's very interested. No, I don't see that he's interested. I mean, he thinks you're a decent person. Like I don't see him like not wanting to like interact with you at all. It's just that he just doesn't feel like he can do it. This person seems like they're more interested in themselves and their own life than to add somebody to their life, if you know what I mean. And I don't feel like he's super interested because you don't even show up as a woman here in the cards like he's interested in. And there is no woman here. It's always him, him, him. So it's not like he's interested in someone else and moved on from you. And if it is, it doesn't show me that. It just shows him not being confident, hiding behind like the phone and not being like, persevering things and attempting to make things right or just to tell you be honest with you. So like he doesn't want to like feel stuck or feel like he has to confess things to you. Maybe he's one of those people who has a problem expressing himself or telling you the truth. So I would say right now he's not interested. He's not interested in dealing with you or anybody at that matter, just himself. When these things happen, it's my advice is when these things happen, it's happening for a reason. It's happening because this person was just meant to be in your life for a little while, and then once they did that, that's your sign. Like that's your way to say, you know what? Spirit's trying to save you from being with an idiot or being with a person who doesn't care about you. Because at the end of the day, as a human being, when somebody likes you or somebody doesn't. And if somebody just absolutely like does something like they did, like crazy shit, then that's your sign. That's like the warning. That's your answer. Yeah. Like if they're really, really interested, they're gonna go out of their way. And if they're not, they should tell you. Or if like they had something bad happen, like a car accident or they got sick, they should just tell you. But I don't see that being the case. But like you said right there, you think he was a bit too honest and turned him off. So maybe he can't handle it. Because guys and girls who have been with shitty people, when they find a decent person, they don't even know what to do with them because they never had one. And I know that's not our problem, but they can become our problem, or they can become like delusional to us, where we're like, what the hell? Like, who are these people? Hmm. With the cards I'm being shown on that question, I would say like it looks like he's like not gonna communicate with you at all, or you're not gonna hear from him again. And it looks like he's gonna discontinue that effort of trying to like talk to you or will talk to you. Like I don't get that in the next like couple weeks or so. I don't see him like I see him moving on from you and like trying to find somebody else, or like he's trying to divert his like thoughts to someone else and to be with someone else. But when he does, he's still not going to be happy. He's still going to have like this thing where he judges everybody he sees and everybody he's around. Let me see something here. Yeah. See, I'm getting no. I'm getting he's not going to talk to you again. Like, and he's not going to put any action, and he's discontinued his whole thing with you. Like he's done. He's not gonna contact you. And he's not dating anybody either. I know you didn't ask me that, but I'm trying to figure out why he won't do it, but it's telling me he just doesn't want to. You know, Mhm. It looks like he's going through like a mental anguish. Like he's got. It might not even be anything you did. It's just the a person can get scared and just like disconnect from somebody from people and not say anything because they don't feel like they have to explain their feelings or their thoughts. And if they do, it makes them like mentally even, dysfunctional. Like he might be like sick, or he might be like drinking, or he has like a vendetta against like certain women, or like he has a vendetta against a certain woman that broke his heart, and he doesn't like when he probably felt like a certain way towards you, and then he was like, nah, I can't do this, like I'm not ready. It's you don't come up here, you don't come up in the cards at all. You come up positive in the cards because you ain't done nothing wrong, right? So it's nothing you did wrong, it's just him. See what I mean? And that might not make sense to you. But from what I see here, he keeps dwelling on his past and what he's been through, and he's not ready, and then he thinks he's ready, and then he draws back, and then he just hides, and then just doesn't say nothing. And he might be drinking too, because I got the drinker's card here, where like he might be drinking and stuff, or he might take a drink or two, and he might be like drinking his sorrows away. No, I don't get that. He doesn't look at you in a bad way. Like I don't get that. Like you come up here as the empress because I asked, how does he think about you? He thinks you'd be a good girlfriend for him. He thinks you're a good person. It's just him. I got the three of swords, eight of cups. That means like not mentally like attached, or he doesn't want to get attached. He doesn't want to like he thought he was ready, but he's not. You know. Well, if he's a Pisces, then that's what happens. They keep dwelling on the last person who hurt them or the only person who hurt them. And even when they're in a relationship, they don't know how to they don't know how to communicate properly. Or when they do communicate, it's a bad communication. It's a rough communication. It's too much like emotions and like weird shit. Like you'll look at them like, what the hell is wrong with you? I know a lot of Pisces guys that are always in bad relationships and they don't care. They just stay there. Or they try to, like you said, they escape and then they don't want to do it because they think about the last person and they get attached to the person that they once loved and they don't let it go. They keep talking about it, they keep dwelling on it, and then they do stupid shit and then they're like, I can't handle it. I just can't do it. And they go into like this, you know, little boy stage. Sorry, Pisces, but that's how you are, especially the men. And I would say 3 years ago, I worked with three Pisces guys, and all three of them are divorced. All three of them have issues with women, and all three of them have children, and they're all fucking nuts. And I don't like any of them. I cut them all off because I'm not gonna see a man crying in front of me about no about some hoe. Like I even told them, you guys are married to hers. So what the fuck you thought you was gonna change him? You honestly think you're gonna change a hoe? Like are you guys listening to yourselves? Oh, she's not a hoe. She's not a hoe. I know you're a damn woman, bro. I can call her right now and ask her for some, and she probably give me some for the right price. You want me to prove it? Oh, you're fucked up. I say, yeah, I'm telling you the truth, bro. You married a hoe. What the fuck's your problem? You think I don't know your wife, bro? Everybody does. Ask. They're with you because you got money to spend on them, you dummy. So yeah, I don't know what it is today, but my first live and this live, I be dissing all these signs and how they act. But it's true because people are seeing what I'm dealing with and what I see. We all see these people and how they act and what they're doing. Like, oh man, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with these guys, man. I really don't. These guys been acting like some betas, man. You're welcome, Sully. Like I told you already, I would move on from it and stop worrying about it. You deserve better. I know it's hard to believe. I know it's annoying. I know it's difficult. But just ask yourself over and over, like, do I really want this type of guy around me? Do I want this guy come back in my life and then act like this again? Or like in a year's time and I'm with him, he acts like a little child and does dumb shit and like hides in the closet when I come home or something? Or like moves out and goes to his mom's because we had an argument? Like you gotta ask yourself that. Like I believe, and I think you believe, you should believe you deserve better. And if this is not working and it's not like registering, you should tell yourself like I'm wasting my energy and time even dealing with this person, even thinking about them coming back. Like I think you should find like well, somebody can find you and you can find somebody else. that's not going to be this way. Well, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life. At the end of the day, people hold on to dead hope. And I just think that that's like a hopeless situation there. But hey, everybody's got to do what they got to do. But you're not the only one. A lot of people are like that. Like, they just think that, what the hell did I do? I was talking about that in my last live, how like I was talking to this girl, like she's my neighbor, and like we started to get cool, and then she just like acted like she don't even know me, and didn't even care. Like you would insinuate something, and you like kind of imply things to me, and then when I go and attack the, like not attack, but I would go in for, to see if like that's what you want, you would draw back and be like, act like I'm the delusional one or I'm the fucked up one. I'm like, bitch, you were all over me, acting like, giving me all this attention. You even came up to my door. So I'm thinking you want that D or you want me or you want to like develop something. And then when I try to develop something with you and ask you out to go somewhere, you're like, no, that's not what I want. Okay, well, why you come up on me like that then? You obviously want something. And then when I go in for the, to see what's going on, give you some of my like, you like run from this situation. You don't make no sense, Hope. Hey Shania, how you doing? You good? Yeah. This has been the talk of the day. How people do this. Like it just doesn't make no sense. And that's why the reason this happens is because the person is not meant for us. And it's a test to see if we're dumb enough to deal with dumb people. And you want to be in a fucked up relationship and you want to be always contemplating your feelings. That's not a way to live. And that's why I don't really care about what people are saying or doing or how they view me or if they want me or not. If you want me, cool. If you don't, then don't come around me. Don't lead me on to believe you do. And then when I come in and then when I come towards you and tell you let's go do this and let's go do that, you act like you don't know me or something. Hey Jennifer, how you doing? Yeah, it is a happy Monday if we're not talking about, certain people's actions. But it's still a good Monday. Hope you're having a good Monday. Yeah, I'm doing good, Shania. Oh, it's good. I'm here just it's a beautiful day here, but my back is kind of hurting, so I didn't want to do no work today. So I just wanted to come here and relax and make sure I don't destroy my back. So I'm kind of like just chilling. I went for a walk just now with my dog. She's here on the tile, sprawled out from her walk because she's tired. I'll probably go for another little brief walk later. She's like sprawled out on the tile over here, just chilling. It's not hot. It's actually really nice. It's like a beautiful spring day. Absolutely beautiful outside. Well, Jennifer, the best thing to get over rough times is to talk about your positive situations in your current life right now. And I'll give you some examples if you want. And some examples could be, I'm alive. I have my bills paid. I got a roof over my head. I have a job. I have transportation. I have my health. I'm not in the hospital with cancer or dying. And if one of those things apply, just take it out of the equation and add the other positive things. But it all depends on how you classify positive, you know. But I always tell people things can always be worse than what it is. And they're like, what? More worse than what I have? Yeah. You can be missing an arm or a leg, or you can be missing an eyeball. You could be deaf, blind. You can be a lot of things. Like, be grateful and realize that it's not always that bad. I'm just saying. Thanks, Shania, for the super chat. You can ask your question when you're ready. But a rough time can be determined on how positive you want to be. So that's something you can think about if you want. And we never know what other people are going through. And I hope that your rough time comes to an end and you have good times. But even though times are rough, you can always, dwell on the good things. Or you could change your life so it's not rough. We have free will to do whatever we want. So it all depends like on what you want to do in your life. You know. And sometimes listening to other people's problems will make you feel like yours is just minimum. Or someone with the same problems could say, "Hey, I did this." You're welcome, Jennifer. I hope everything gets better for a lot of people. I feel like a lot of change is coming for people, but you have to go with the change. You have to want to change. Our lives can be way better every day, starting right now, if you make a positive change. Believing is receiving. You receive whatever you receive, just believe it's meant for you, and whatever's meant for you is going to be meant for you. Rough times don't last unless you're a bad person. Sometimes rough times are preparing you for the good times. Sometimes you got to go through hell in order to get what you want. So you can consider whatever your situation is. Whatever your situation is, you apply it to whatever you can change and what you can't change. Everybody's situation is different. And I told my sister that 2 years ago. She said she wanted to get a divorce because she was sick and tired of being verbally abused and lied to and disrespected by her husband. She was tired. The kids were tired of him disrespecting them and acting weird and not doing anything and not supporting them. And I was tired of him anyway. So I told her, I said, if you leave him, I'm got your back. I'll help you. And she finally left him. And his life is in shambles while hers is better. And I said, I told you so. You have to make the decision to make your life better. Or else the universe is going to do something to you that you're not going to like. And that's when everything goes to shit. Oh, did they cheer for you? Did they clap? Did they say, "Yay, Shania, you're great"? Woo! Or did they go, "I need a tomato. I'm gonna throw it at your bitch ass. Get the fuck off the stage. You suck." You can answer your own damn question. See how easy that was? That's what you have to ask yourself. I had to reword that question so I can answer it. That's all right. Oh, you mean like it was like it's like a conservative type thing. I got you. I got you. So they couldn't throw shit at you. Oh man. If I was there, I would have had a nice ripe tomato. Hmm. Well, they thought that you were good. If it was a ceremony where there were grief and crying and things like that, then I would say people were crying after you sang. Probably not because of your voice, but because of the ceremony. Um, the people that you sang for were very grateful, They think that you were good, but it looked like you might feel like you didn't complete the task, or you might feel like you weren't perfect enough. But that's about all I see. Like I don't really see like if you did it for like a man and a woman or a couple. Like if you did it for a couple, they were happy that you did a good job and that they liked it. But if the community was like they were like probably like in tears, or they were like it was about some type of sorrowful thing. Yeah, yeah, the couple was very happy. I would say they were disappointed with like maybe sad, or like disappointed about a certain situation. But I don't think they were disappointed with you though. But they could have been like disappointed with like maybe the turnout, or someone wasn't there that should have been, or something like that. I don't know. It all depends like what the ceremony was about. But I would say if it was like a something conservative, I would say like yeah, they were fine. Mm. Like they thought you were okay. They probably looked at you and be like, "Who the hell is this?" And then they listened to you. They were like, "Okay, cool. She's all right. She did her job. Cool, whatever." They might have talked shit about what you were wearing or something like that, but that's about it. Like if you were wearing like a chicken suit or something, or you look like a chicken head, they might have said something about that, but that's about it. Women are always gonna talk about what people's wearing. Like if you weren't wearing their rare bottoms, they said this woman's singing trash. It was a young woman going into womanhood. Huh? What, she was losing her virginity or something? You didn't dress up, so that's probably why they was talking shit about what you were dressed like. If you had some regular clothes on, they'd be like, "This woman is singing over here and looking like some rumpy. He's this raggedy ass hoe over here. Woman wearing a damn hoodie and some jeans, thinking she's Shania Twain." You was told at the last minute to go. Oh, that sucks. Hope you got paid for it. Yeah, so that's the only other thing. That's the thing I see. But I don't see nobody was like, upset at your performance. And if people didn't know you, they were probably like, yeah, whatever. Like if you weren't known to any of those people, or majority of them, you wish. But yeah, I would say like they probably weren't like really paying it any mind. I know you're asking about what they think, but they probably didn't even give a shit. You know, they're like, oh yeah, look at that girl singing. Who cares? Like if those people weren't into that type of music or singing, then they're not really gonna care. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if they didn't know you, they can't really judge you like that. That's why I'm not really getting anything like significant. So that makes sense then. That's why I'm not really getting no like tomato throwing, or who the fuck's this woman? Like they're just like, yeah, whatever, sing and shut up, and that's it. That's why I'm getting what I'm getting, because they're not really like the people there didn't really care too much about that. They were there for that young girl or whatever. So that makes sense. That's what they would do, which is cool. Yeah, as long as you went and did your thing, that's all that matters. As long as they said thank you. That's all that matters. You know, you can't really expect too much from people who don't know you. But I don't get nothing bad. Yeah, I am. I got tomatoes. I got some tomatoes for you if you want. I got two of them. Here comes another two. Hey, Dad. Low hanging tomatoes. See, there you go. You got some ripe tomatoes over here and some low hanging ones from there. You got the best of both worlds. See that? Then you say I'm wrong. Then you say I'm fucked up. Yeah, dried up tomatoes. Yeah, they will be afterwards. You keep getting yourself in trouble. But what's the matter, baby? Hmm? You look like you got like a ladybug on you or something like that. It's okay, baby. That's your fur right there. I kind of. My dog's over here by the entrance. She's laying down on the ground. I just took her for a walk and she's kind of tired now. She's probably like, damn it, Mark. She actually wanted to keep going, but I'll ease her up. I don't want her to like go too much. I'll probably like go with her again later and see if she'll be okay. Low hanging tomatoes. In Portuguese, right? They guys call their balls tomatoes, tomates. They would grab their nuts and go, you know, look at my tomates. That's what Portuguese call their balls. They don't call them balls. They call them tomates. That's why I refer to mine as that. The reason we're talking about tomatoes, Dan, is because Shania asked me how people think about her singing, and I said, well, some people probably thought about throwing some tomatoes at your ass. I see a lot of people on TikTok. They have their own channels and they start singing and stuff, or they got people watching them and stuff, singing and playing the guitar. If you're good at singing, you should do that, Shania. You should go live and like say, everybody, I know how to sing, and they can't throw tomatoes at you, so you be good. So yeah, you could try that. I'm actually waiting for my T-shirts to come in because I got some DJ T-shirts with my name on it. And once I get my DJ T-shirts and my flag, then I'm gonna go live. So I'm just waiting for it to come in. It should be here like by the end of the week. I might start DJing on my channel this weekend if my shirts and my flag come in. So that way, when I go live, you see the flag and you see my T-shirt, you see me, and then like you can watch me play watch me DJ. I'll let you guys know once I get up and running. Once I get my T-shirts, I'll be happy. Yeah, I got the tracking number. It arrived. One of my packages arrived today at in Delaware because all my packages go to Delaware first, and then they come to Bermuda. So it's in Delaware now. It arrived this morning. So it usually takes 2 days to come to Bermuda. So I'll probably get it like Wednesday or early Thursday. But the flag hasn't even arrived in Delaware yet, and they said on the 25th, which is tomorrow, between the 25th and the 2nd. So hopefully, because it's coming from China, so it's going to be a while. If I would have known that, I probably wouldn't have ordered it. But sometimes on Amazon, they don't tell you that shit. They trick you. But whatever. Or maybe I just like didn't see it or whatever. But the shirts came from Cali. So I got those are there. I just have to, now they just got to come to Bermuda. Because unfortunately, a lot of places don't deliver to Bermuda. And if you do get it delivered to Bermuda, it's gonna cost you like a quarter of the price of the item you buy, or almost half the price of the item you buy. So it's very annoying. So in Bermuda, they have a company called Mailboxes, and we get all our packages sent to Delaware because they have no tax in Delaware for packages. So then they have a warehouse there, and it's right next to the Amazon warehouse. So if I order something from Amazon, it'll be there like the next day, and then I'll get it like 2 or 3 days later. So, but the seller that I got the flag from was very cheap. That's why I got it. Because I don't need nothing fancy, and I'm not trying to spend money on like my DJ stuff too much unless I'm making money off of it, which I hope to do. But because on TikTok, it's like here, they donate to the channel, they donate for a song or something like that, or some bullshit. Like, I'm gonna try and get into all of that stuff. Then I can collab with all my friend DJs, and we can talk shit and have fun, listen to some good music, and go from there. That sucks. So you collect cards, Dan? You collect like baseball cards and stuff? I did at one point, but I stopped. But I still have all my stuff. I still have a lot of basketball cards, baseball cards, hockey cards. I have a lot. I have a lot of. I have more baseball. I mean, I have more basketball cards than anything. Yeah, I did collect them for like 10 years, and then I stopped. My nephews started getting into it, and then they stopped. But I personally I still have cards from like 30 something years ago. I have a good collection. They're all in like a big container. Oh, cool. I might have, yeah, I mean, I might have some basketball cards that are worth something. I just haven't really checked. But even if they are, I don't want to give them away. I want to keep them. So I like keeping like good cards and good stuff. I have Larry Bird cards. I have Michael Jordan cards. I have all that stuff. I have all the legends. I pack them all away so they don't get messed up, and I don't like to touch them too much. Kobe, I don't have anything from him really, because I actually hated him with the passion, because he was the Lakers. I don't really like deal with the Lakers and all that. I'm a Celtics fan, so I hate the Lakers. So any Kobe cards I had, I traded them because I didn't like him. But God rest his soul. He was a great player, and he was a great person. Um, but I don't want his cards. But if I had him, I'd sell him now. But I always traded Lakers cards. I don't have Lakers cards in my shit. Like I don't want that. That to me is like that's the enemy cards. So I didn't want them. So all my Lakers friends would trade me their Celtics cards for the Lakers cards. Yeah, same here. I've always watched them forever. As you can see, that's all I wear is Celtic stuff. Well, not all I wear, but I wear all the Boston teams. Titletown, baby. I have a lot of like really cool cards and stuff. I should go get them and show you. I think I have them upstairs somewhere in this box. Yeah, I have some stuff. Yeah, I mean, I rate Magic Johnson, and I think he's a great player. I met Magic Johnson, to be honest. I met him, Brent Berry. I met Leon Poe. Um, I like I met some hockey guys too. I met Milan Lucic, used to play for the Bruins. I met him. I met oh, what's that guy's name? Somebody Sweeney. It's not the guy who like is in charge of the Bruins, but there was another guy. I think his name was Sweeney. Last name was Sweeney, Don Sweeney or Brian Sweeney. I don't know. They were at the game one time, and I met him. I shook their hand, and I met Magic Johnson. I was in like I was right next to the booth where they call the game. I had some really good bar tickets. Like it's called the Sports Deck Bar, and we were like it's like a stand up bar. And when I used to drink, we used to go there and watch the game. And it was like behind the basket, up high, like the second like part. And Magic was there. And I went up to him and shook his hand and met him and Brent Berry and these guys. That was pretty cool. I have a picture of him and stuff that I took, and he was like this. He was like, "Hey, oh, cool. Yeah, I like Dr. J. He's good." Yeah, I seen I one year when I went to a Celtics game, I was in the second row, and the guy that was in front of me was injured, and he was there watching the game, and I can't remember his name, but he played for the Pistons and the Celtics. But he was nobody of like significance, you know. He was like a role player, bench player. But I took a picture of him, and before the game even started, Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, when they won the title in 2008, I was sitting second row, and they would like look at us and wave. I was like, "Yo, KG," and he was like, "Yo." He was like, he spoke like he said hi, and I was like, "Can I get an autograph?" And he was like ignoring me. They was like, "Nah, bro, that ain't happening." And I saw Paul Pierce was like my favorite player at the time, and they all waved. They said hi and stuff. They all spoke, you know. They all spoke to us and spoke to me and the people around me, but they didn't come up to us to give us an autograph. But I saw them right up close. Like they're they were huge compared to me. I'm only 5'6", 5'7", so like they're like fucking 6 foot tall monster guys. But I saw all of them and seen them very up close and stuff. And, um, but yeah, I seen a lot of people in my lifetime. I was a big NASCAR fan, and I got in line one time. I snuck in line one time without a ticket to meet Kurt Busch. He's like a regular NASCAR driver. I mean, he's a good driver, but he's like, he's not nobody's real favorite. But he was driving the car that I liked at the time, and I got in line, and they were like, "Oh, where's your ticket?" I'm like, "I ain't got no ticket. I lost it." And they're like, "Oh, you got to get out of line." And I went right up to the thing. I was like, "Hey, Kurt, how you doing, bro?" And I gave him a fist bump, and they were like, come on, get out of the line. You ain't got no ticket." And Kurt was like, "It's fine, it's fine." I was like, "Thanks, bro. Yeah." I just wanted to go up to him and give him a touch. And then he ended up signing like extra hats, and I bought one of them. I actually saw the hat that he signed, and I went up and bought it because didn't have a ticket. So that was pretty hilarious. My friend was in the background dying. He was like, "You're fucking nuts." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care about these people. Fuck these people. I came all the way from Bermuda." I'm gonna fucking get in there. They ain't gonna give me no tickets because I look Mexican. These rednecks ain't worried about me. These rednecks are probably looking at me. Look at this fucking Mexican. Get his ass out of here. Especially NASCAR people. They be racist as fuck sometimes. Especially in Alabama where I went. They look at me in like different ways. Like, what are you doing here, Mexican? But yeah, I could be wrong, but I'm just teasing. Yeah, I always try to do some sports like stuff. Oh, Casey Kane, man, he was good. Casey Kane was the guy back then. He was always been in races and shit. He was good. My favorite driver is Rusty Wallace. I met him. I met him, his mom, his brother Kenny. I was actually in a booth in a Rusty Wallace it's not called a booth. What is it called now? It's like they have it's actually a booth, but like it's like an area where like it's you have to pay like $300 and then you get free food. You get all these cool gifts. You get to meet the driver. And it's like a VIP type place, but it's actually an actual booth where you can watch the game and I mean watch the race, and then you see the mom organizes it, and she makes money off of like the area, and they rent the actual place. So I met his mom. I took a picture with his mom, his brother, him, Rusty, and I got to meet him, which was great. Yeah, like a reception area booth, and like you get to like eat in there and you get to sit off and watch the game. There's like a TV there, so it keeps you up to date with the game as well. I mean, with the race. I mean, I keep saying game race. That was in Talladega, in Alabama, and he ended up coming like eighth or something like that in the race. In my first race, I saw him, so it was pretty cool. And like it was like a 3 day pass, so you can go all 3 days. I went 2 out of the 3 days, and it was so cool. I had so much fun. So yeah, it was pretty cool. We had a great time. I've done a lot of sports stuff. I've met a lot of people in the sports stuff, and I've been to so many races and so many games. But now I kind of like took a chill. It's just a little bit. I just don't have the energy to do it anymore, and I just all the people that I used to like, I don't. They're not, you know, especially NASCAR. NASCAR is kind of like boring now. I don't really watch it anymore. All the good drive, all the old guys are gone. You know. Yeah, he's somebody I hated with a passion too. I don't like Dale Senior. God rest his soul, but I watched him. You know what, Dan? I watched him win his last ever race in Talladega in October. The when he died in February at Daytona, the Talladega race in about 3 months before that, when he won his last race in Talladega, I was there. And my boss at the time, he was a diehard Dale Earnhardt fan. And Rusty Wallace came fourth that race, and he won the race, Dale Earnhardt. And that was the first race we went to, and that fucker won. And he was like, he always won at Talladega and those places, but um, and then he tragically died in that race. But yeah, I saw him win his last race. So when people talk about Dale Earnhardt, I'll be like, yeah, I saw him win his last race. Yeah, yeah, I know. I actually saw Dale Jr. win at Talladega the following year when he had the number 8 car. I watched him. I seen Dale Jr. win like twice at Talladega, and I've seen Dale Jr. win at I mean not Dale Jr. when Kevin Harvick took over the number 3 car when they retired it and it became 29. I saw Kevin Harvick win the Atlanta race right after he died. That year Kevin Harvick won the Atlanta race and everybody went crazy because it was like Dale's car, but they changed the number. That's when Kevin Harvick took over. So I saw all of those races and stuff, like the significant ones. The drivers that I hated the most was Dale Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon, and Jimmy Johnson. And I watched those fuckers win plenty of times. I've been to at least 30 NASCAR races, and I would say half of them that I've seen have been those drivers winning, which sucks. But they were very good when I was going to racing. They were like the best. Yeah, the other person that I saw win was Dale Jarrett. When Dale Jarrett had like the 88 car, like the UPS car or whatever it was. I think he had the 88 UPS car. He won Talladega one year that I went, and it rained at the last lap and he won. I remember that race because it was very like it meant a big deal to like a lot of people. So it was pretty cool. I've seen some races. Seen a lot of races, man. So many. My sister just came back. My nephew went to go look at motorbikes today. What's the matter, baby? Mommy's home? Yeah, you want to go see mommy? I don't think she's in here. She's probably going to work or she's at work. I don't think she's here. It's just you and me, I guess. Mini bikes. It's like a Vespa. Yeah, it's a 50 cc. When you go 16 in Bermuda, you get to ride a 50 cc bike, and then when you go 18, you can drive a car or you can drive like a motorbike, like 150 cc at maximum. When you're 16, you can't drive a car here. You have to drive a bike. You have to ride a bike. So my youngest nephew, he goes 16 in August. So they're trying to like pick out a bike now. So that way if they have to order it, they can order it. Or he wants to buy it now so he can learn how to ride it. So and my sister bought a new car as well. And she went to go look at it today and sat in it and approved of it. She's getting a Mazda. It's a nice car. So we're all getting new things. This is the year of a new bike, new vehicles, new cars, new vans, new computer. So yeah, my dad had a Vespa. My dad had like 3 Vespas. We actually have an old Vespa buried underneath our garage. We buried it underneath the garage, a blue Vespa. That was the first bike I ever rode in my life. I was like 14 and my dad was like, you got the clutch was on the handbrake. You go like the gears, the clutch and the gears was up top. So you grab the gear, you grab the lever, you push it in, you click it the first, you let it out, click it the second, you let it out, click, click, That's the type of Vespa my dad had. It was the gears were up over where your hand was, which was crazy as shit. It's so weird. And the brakes was like like a car. It was like on the bottom on the floor. That's the type of Vespas we had. Crazy ass shit. But yeah, Yeah, the Suzuki 120. Oh yeah. We had Suzuki 120s here too. Like blue ones. They were blue. Blue and red. I remember those. They had four gears, but they was with your foot. But I don't think they had a clutch. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah, the left, yeah, the ones at the left, yeah, 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 I got you. They had the other ones that have regular gears that you have with the lever on the bottom where your foot is. They had two different types. They have the ones you're talking about. Yeah, the one that goes one, two, three, four, all down. Yeah, 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 yeah. We had those here. My dad's boss's son had one of those. I rode one of those before, but me, I had a Yamaha. I had a Yamaha 50 and I had a Yamaha 100, and all the gears were three gears, and it was all one, two, three down. Yeah, yeah, it doesn't exist anymore. I think somebody has one of those here in Bermuda, like as a showpiece. I think somebody has a purple one. They sprayed it all purple. I think it's the one that we're talking about. I'm almost sure he brought it to the bike show one time. I don't know if it still exists, but I know like, in Bermuda, people are crazy for bikes. So we have a bike show every year, and people show like oh they have like Cyruses, Mobilettes, they have like CB 100s, CB like 150s. They have RXSs, they have Hondas, they have all these bikes. My boss, my old boss from back in the day, he had a BMW. He had a BMW bike. It was nice too. I sat on it, but I was young at the time. He's like, "Yeah, you like my bike? It's a BMW." I was like, I didn't know BMWs made bikes." He goes, "Yeah, BMW make everything." I'm like, "Okay, cool." He's like, "Yeah, you want to sit on it?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll sit on it." It was a gray one. It was a really nice, slick looking, gray looking, spaceship looking bike. I can't remember what it was, but it was like, it was big. It was a big ass bike. Bermuda has a lot of bikes here, but not like, we don't have Harley Davidsons and all that shit. Like, you can't ride a Harley Davidson here. It's impossible. There's nowhere to go. But we have like those like look-alike ones, like the replicas with a smaller motor. But you have guys here who think they have Harleys, but they're not. They're just like some, wannabe Harleys and shit. Yeah, I was into like sockets a lot. Sprockets, I mean sockets. I was into sprocket changing when I raced bikes and stuff like that. Let me see if I can see something here real quick. Let me see if it comes up. Actually, they do have some pictures here. See, we have a lot of Yamahas here. See, like this is the type of bikes they have here. Look, like that. Yeah. See, that's like a Yamaha 80, right? And the one in back of it is another Yamaha. They have 50s, like 50s, hundreds, and that's what they look like. And people like chrome them out and stuff. And then let me see what other bikes they have here. Like, and they spray them all up, and they look really nice. Don't get me wrong, but Like these are like the mopeds that tourists ride, you know? Like these are like 50 cc's. Like they're like the tourist bikes. Like tourists will drive those and stuff. But the main bike here is like Yamahas and stuff. They look really. They're like it's like the best like the most popular bike here is a Yamaha. Yeah, the 50 cc bad bikers. Yeah. But these are like 50s and 80s, but they're all different colors and people like go too deep on these like bikes to be honest in my opinion. But I wish I had more pictures like to show you, but it's a lot of the same shit. Like people don't really care about like any other bike except for that one. But like yeah, like Harley Davidsons are like a nothing here. They're like nobody nobody will ever have any. I'm trying to actually find some different like bikes, but they keep showing me like the same shit. Yeah, see? This is like the bike club in Bermuda. See? See how, what type of bikes they have? Like they look like there's Harley looking bikes, but they're not. They're like some like fake ass shit. They're like maybe 150 on 175s, but they deck them all out and they act like they're Harley guys, but they're not. They're loud as shit though. But they have like a bike club here where all of them like go riding and stuff, and they all like make all this noise and shit. And it's pretty big here. They have like a big bike club here, but they're all like regular bikes. There's nothing like serious. Like yeah, exactly. Yeah, choppers. That's what they're called. Yeah, there's a few. There's a lot of bikes here, but people like don't really. I don't. I'm not really a bike person. I've always been a car person. But like the bikes here they're cool, but they're to me it's like wasting your money on that shit. But I used to have like a Peugeot bike. It actually looked like you know. No. They're off today. So I'm probably gonna go over there and like in a little while. They just got home, so I wanted to show you this bike called a Cyrus. I don't know if you've ever seen one, but it looks like a push bike, but it's got a motor on it. Like my cousin has a really, really nice yellow one, but he won't sell it though. Let me see if I write Cyrus Bermuda bikes. Damn it. Nope. Nope. I have to find like the actual I hate doing things on my phone anyway, but like there's like a annual bike like show type of thing. It's actually has a motor on it, but it looks like a push bike, but just an oversized push bike with a motor. It's like it's a moped, but it's like it ended up becoming like a very antique bike in Bermuda, and they're fast. Right, exactly, yeah. This is like a one cylinder 50 motor, but we put like a 75 kit on it or 75 block and piston, and they go fast as shit. And they're called Cyruses, and then some of them are called Mobilettes, and then we had the Peugeots too. I had a Peugeot, and it was fast as shit, and I had it was a 50cc motor with an 80 kit on it, and it was fast, very fast. Everything was polished, everything was chrome. I actually have a picture of me on it. I used to race it. It was very fast, but it would fall apart very, very quick because the motor was too big for the actual bike. Let me see if I can find more on the actual. Oh, so Sunday, June 29th, they're having the actual bike show. Cool. I might go to that. What I need, I know where I have to go now. I need to go check. There's a place there's like a website on Bermuda, and they like take pictures of events, and I need to go check this place. Yeah, see, visit the archives. Let me see. Man, they don't even have a search bar here. Nightlife sports. It was not really a sport. No. I would have to like um that's so dumb. They don't even have a search bar here to search for a specific thing. You have to like submit a thing. I don't know. For me that's dumb as shit. But yeah. When I find some, I'll show you. I actually have pictures of my bikes, so I'll probably show you this instead. But I'll show you like the Cyrus I'm talking about. It's like one of the most popular bikes here, a Cyrus and a Mobilet. They're only like famous here. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Cyrus Bike Works. Maybe this is it. I don't know. No, that's not it. Anyway, yeah, I'll find it eventually. I know I have some pictures and stuff. I'll get some, and when I come back on later, I'll show you some of the pictures. But yeah, we have like bike shows, car shows here in Bermuda, and then there's a lot of. It's amazing how many people have like really cool shit here. To us, it is, but to you guys, it'll be like, what the fuck is this trash? Because the bikes are like, we're not allowed to have big, big bikes here. And if we do, the engine has to be a certain limit. Or you have to get like a certain pass to like ride it just on Sundays. So it's really, really annoying. You can't really like be free to ride like big bikes here and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's kind of annoying. But anyway, I'm gonna head out, Dan, and I'll be back later on. I'm gonna go enjoy some of this sunshine and go see what my sister and my nephews are doing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's for sure. I'm probably gonna go to the grocery store too because I need to get a few things. But I'll be back tonight. I don't have much to do, but I'll come back tonight. All right, Dan. Take care, brother. I'll see you later on.